Hey guys, Chef Kit here from Mr. Frank's Spice Co. I'm going to be making egg pepper rings this morning for breakfast. So I have a pan here, it's nice and hot. I sprayed it lightly with olive oil. And I get to say this out loud now. I am going to use garden sriracha. Hold on, wait, I'll show you. It's my beautiful spice rack with all of my Mr. Frank spices on there. Super exciting. Our new website just launched today, so get on there and check it out. Get your favorite spices. Well, they're not your favorite spice yet, but they will be. So I'm going to use garden sriracha. I like a little spiciness. It's not like super spicy. I'm just going to kind of get the edges of the pepper a little bit. And then put that on there. You hear that? It's just kind of cooking that one edge a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it. I know I'm using my fingers. Don't do this at home. Trust me, I burn myself all the time. I'm going to get some tongs though. Hang on. I don't have the magic of television with me, so I have to do it all myself. So I'm just going to flip that just for a second. I just like to warm it up. And now the way I like to crack an egg is not on the side, because when you crack an egg on the side of a pan or a bowl, you tend to get more eggshell into your food. That's no fun. It's gross. You have to dig it out and maybe burn yourself if you're doing it over your pan. So I'm going to take the egg and, well, I'm going to crack it on a counter here. Just a little tap. You hear that? Got a nice little crack in there, and I'm just going to, can you see? Just plop that down in the middle of the egg. Slowly. I'm not just dumping it in there. I like to put my eggs slowly into the pan. In a way, it's how I control where the egg goes. And it starts to cook a little bit as you're putting it down, so that it kind of creates like a border, so your egg doesn't just go everywhere. Maybe that's just because I like things symmetrical, so do it however you like. So here we go. Let me show you what this looks like real quick. Isn't it pretty? And just to make it prettier, hold on one second, I'm going to do a little more garden sriracha on top. And you know what else I'm going to do, guys? Sorry, my camera work is not awesome. I need a camera guy today, but I don't have one. I'm going to use a little original, Mr. Frank's original spice on there too. So that's your pepper and your salt right there. Alright, smells good. Something I like to do when I'm doing an egg like this, I'm not going to flip it over because it's just too pretty and it'll probably break. I'm going to take a lid from my pot and just place it over the top for a minute. Let that cook. While I'm doing that, I am going to shred a little of this smoked Gruyere. Yum, because cheese, hello, right? I'm just going to do a little bit. And then when I turn the camera off, I'm just going to eat the rest of the brick. No, I'm kidding. Am I? I do love my cheese. Alright, I think that should be good. Just get a little bit on there. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's just enough for me. Alright, and because I want it, I'm also going to cut up a Roma tomato. I'm just going to slice it thin. I'm using the wrong gosh darn knife too. Hang on, guys. Just thin slices. I like Roma tomatoes. For me, it's a good size, it's a good texture. I enjoy the flavor. Of course, you know your tomato is going to be more flavorful if you leave it out on the counter room temperature. I did have this one in the fridge, but it's been sitting out for about 30 minutes now. So that's some flavor. And now I'm just going to plate that while I'm waiting for my pepper. Go in here. Lay this out on my plate. Yeah, and you know what? I really do like my food to be pretty, so I take the time just to kind of place it. That's just because that's who I am. Don't ever think that your cooking has to be beautiful. Cooking from the heart is always beautiful, so eat right and just enjoy what you're doing, okay? That's what matters. I'm going to take a little more Mr. Frank's Original and put that on the top of my tomatoes. And so, ta-da, that's there. I'm going to set that over to the side. Grab a spatula, because I'm not going to stick my fingers in the pan for this one. You know, it needs a little more. But while that's cooking, I'm going to tell you my life story. No, I'll spare you that. So let me tell you something very cool. So I mentioned to you about the website coming out. We just relaunched it today. It's so exciting. I have something else I want to grab. We have, let me tell you, while we're waiting for this egg to cook, we have our original seasoning, our seasoning salt, and Mediterranean, our tropical, garden sriracha, it's my favorite, and then the spicy original. Now, if you guys are really into fish, which I love fish, you know, I like Mr. Frank's Original on fish, but up until now, that's really all I've had to use. And so I want to tell you guys that Spicy Original is amazing on fish. I think you'll really like that, as well as our Mediterranean. Those are the two that I've been using over the summer since I've been testing out our new spices. So, but they're great for you fish lovers, okay? Now, for your steak and burger kind of guy, or gals, because I like steaks and burgers too, Mr. Frank's Original Seasoning is simply just the best for beef, if you ask me. It's also great on pork. Like I said, I put it on fish, chicken. Last night I made chicken piccata, and I used a little bit of the garden sriracha and original seasoning, and it was really very lovely. That was kind of in the flour batter that you make for the chicken piccata. But anyway, we're still doing this egg, and you know what? It's perfect. So you don't have to listen to me cook or talk anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and, I don't know, how runny do you like your eggs? You know, I don't want to feel like I'm eating snot. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You thought it, I said it. That's kind of how it works. So, maybe just another second. It looks real pretty though. Alright, so for the purpose of sparing you another minute of me, don't worry, you're going to get a whole bunch more minutes of me. But for now, I'm just going to take this off the heat, turn that off, because God knows I will burn myself on it if I don't. I'm going to take my cheese and just kind of sprinkle some of that on top. It's good and hot, so it's going to melt. And this is a very light breakfast. Sure, you can make more, but just for you guys, I only made one today. I may actually make one more. Hold on. Oop, there we go. Fun times, fun times. Hold on. Work with me, people. Work with me. Here it is. Yum-o. So, depending on what you're doing, if you're trying to make a YouTube video or just cook at home, take a little time to make sure you get it right. Don't overcook an egg because yuck, right? Alright guys, have a great day and enjoy.